Hey April, how are you today?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm multitasking until we get started, so I'll definitely turn my camera on in just a few minutes.
Sure, no problem. Today's just going to be introductions, nothing much.
Okay.
So you won't you'll have plenty of time to get back to whatever. How's it going with you? You sound like you're pretty busy.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's the best way to sum it all up. Is busy, busy, busy. Everything's going well. We're gearing up for our official launch and got a crowdfunding campaign going. Kickoff is happening pretty soon. And
Whose crowdfunding are you using?
I fund women.
Hmm, not familiar with that one.
You say
Oh,
you are or you're not?
I am not. I'm not
Okay.
familiar.
Yeah, they're pretty good. And then I tried WeFunder. And in fact, we do have a large investment coming in through that platform, only because the investor, they have some type of partnership with WeFunder that, they have to use that platform when they do their investments because they get
Uh-huh.
something from it. But they only allow you to do the convertible note or safe
Oh
agreement.
yeah.
And I didn't want to do it with this one because we're tying it into social impact. And I really just wanted to get pre-orders really for our first batch of products. So that was my strategy. And I Fund Women just worked better for that.
Okay. Um, just so you know, safes are it's the standard Silicon Valley offer sheet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
So it used to be, you know, straight equity purchases or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
now
Mm-hmm.
everything is safe. And I've used them before. I really like it. It's got a lot of
Mm-hmm.
flexibility,
Yeah.
particularly if you have to pivot,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
because your cap table's not all locked up. So um, and you can always convert to equity anytime you want. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's what I
anyway,
liked about it too. Because I thought I was going to do an equity raise using the safe agreement. And I still might do it. I just know that we haven't exhausted all options right now as far as just the social impact and getting people who want to donate and aren't really looking for equity. They just want to, they believe in me and the story and our brand and all of that. So I was like, once we exhaust that, then we'll move on to the next level, which I'm pretty sure to be the safe.
yeah. Well, safe does not have to be equity. That's your option, and you write the agreement
Mm-hmm.
accordingly. So
Okay.
it can stay as debt. It can convert. Whatever the document calls for. But I know I've talked to some venture capital people in this region, and they're just starting to understand that this is kind of the standard in the industry now.
Mm-hmm.
My
Mm-hmm.
first conversation about a year ago, people were going, "Oh, I don't like those,"
Mm.
whatever. And now they're realizing that um, there's a lot of reasons why it's so popular. So,
Well, that's helpful to know as I go into my next meeting later on today. I didn't know it could convert over into debt or it can remain debt. I didn't know that.
well, it's basically the late. I can't remember exactly what it stands for, but it's basically agreement for future equity.
Right,
But it's
right.
also going to be an agreement for future debt. It can be an agreement for a combination. I mean,
Okay.
it's not. It's a very flexible document, and the main reason that it became so popular is because if you've got hundreds of investments,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to have X number of them that need to pivot or change or a founder leaves and all this kind of stuff. And using a
Mm-hmm.
safe makes it way easier to deal with administratively.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have shares of stock in some person's hand that um, is gone, and they're gonna if you try to get that equity, they're gonna hold you up if they think it's worth a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
you're stuck lots of times. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. I'm glad you clarified that for me because I was just thinking it could only be the future equity. And I think that's going to work perfect for a conversation that I'm going to have later. So that's good. Thank you for that. Already
Yeah,
helping you out, Dennis.
good. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Lisa.
Hello.
All right, good. You have to stay on camera at least for today because we're doing introductions.
Oh, okay.
So the only thing we're going to do today is meet each other and see who's here and kind of what's what, and then tomorrow will be I guess our official first class. So I'm going to ask you to stay pretty on the screen. So Lisa, tell me about your business and what you do.
My business is Cafe Fruta Fresca Gelato. I own gelato manufacturing company. We manufacture all natural gelato and sorbet, and we have a couple of locations, gelato shops, one in Sneads Ferry, North Carolina, and then one on North Topsail Beach. Yeah, and we're supposed to be at Cape Fear Community College in their new Block Eats food court sometime soon. So we'll have a presence there. And right now I am trying to build a big factory because we just make our gelato and sorbet at our Sneads Ferry location, and we can only make small amounts because it's a restaurant and the production facility.
Right.
So we are working with economic development to build a big factory where we'll be making at least 65,000 pints per week,
Whoa.
plus gelato and sorbet popsicles. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so because we want to ship all over the country and all over the world.
And now are you working with EDA?
Jacksonville Onzo Economic Development.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. That's fantastic. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try to keep track of all this. So Kimberly, why don't you came on next? Why don't you talk about what you do? Hello, Kimberly. Oh, okay. No. Oh, there she is.
Hey
Okay,
there.
hey, Kimberly.
Hey,
All right. Talk to me about what you do, and we'll probably go over it multiple times before I remember, but that's okay.
sure. So I'm the managing member for Evolution Beef. We're a cattle company, and we harvest native plants on our land. And mostly, my main focus is e-commerce and sell on Etsy.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Emily Porterfield, you look familiar. I know your dad.
Oh, hi. Yes.
Hi.
That's
How are
great.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Tell us what you're up to.
Well, I'm actually a registered dietitian and a certified diabetes educator, but I've taken a career change path this past year, and I've decided to become a flower farmer. So
Oh, so cool.
I'm kind of in my first year of doing all of that, and planting all of the flowers out that I'm going to grow. And I already have all my seeds, and so it's I've been gardening for years, but I am trying to take it to a new level.
Florette East, I think, right?
I'm sorry.
Are you familiar with Florette?
Florette, yes, I am definitely familiar with Florette. I think I have
figured you
one
would
of
be.
her books right here. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I said Florette East.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. Well, welcome. Samara, is that you
Yeah.
over there?
Yeah, it is.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm in my car this morning. It was a late admittance to the class, and I was like, oh well, I can do this in the parking lot on the first day.
It's no
But
problem.
yeah.
We have lots of people who do that. You'll see. No problem
Cool.
at all.
Cool.
So tell us what you're doing.
So, yeah, my business, it's called Brew Naturals, and I am marketing elderberry products as food products, where most people are encouraging the use of elderberry for health and wellness. I am harkening back to the fact that my parents, my grandparents, your grandparents, we used elderberry as an ingredient, basically. And so if you can make it taste nice and you can encourage various recipes, why not let people rediscover a beautiful native plant that grows around here and is great for you?
Fantastic. Well, looking forward to learning more. Now, I don't know who iPhone number 3 is. There's no name on the screen, so maybe you can
Hi.
introduce. Hi.
Hi, how are you? My name is Jessica Ellis.
Hey, Jessica.
I'm sorry, excuse my hair. It's just been crazy. But good morning, everyone. So my name is Jessica Ellis. So I do a little bit of different things. I heard a lot of people talking about food and agriculture, things like that. I'm in the beauty industry. I am a hair salon owner. And I also do a little bit of import and export as well. I'm trying to get some of my products and stuff sold over there. So I'm stepping into that. I do government contracting as well. And then I also do international and local tours where I take people overseas to India, Cambodia, China, Vietnam, Turkey, and let them go straight to the manufacturers, cut the middleman out. I teach them how to negotiate, how to talk, how to, just be strong business minded. I teach them about business credit and do different things like that. And then I do local tours where I take them to the manufacturers here in some chemistry labs and things like that. So
What do you do in your spare time?
I'm a wife and a mom.
Oh my God, you are the busiest human being I think I've ever heard of.
Yes. Oh, and I am currently shooting a documentary, a small film series as well. So, yeah.
Very, very good. Well, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on. So now we have Cyrilla. Did I pronounce that right?
Hey everyone. Hi, I'm Sarah. Sorry, I just joined. It's actually 5 o'clock my time. I'm in Rwanda right now, but I'm from Asheville.
Okay.
So Cyrilla is a non-alcoholic beverage company based in Asheville, and I work with tea pluckers and herbal farmers here in rural Rwanda, where I am for about 10 days. So we're on a crop to cup tour right now, and I have 3 guests with me from the States, and they're touring around and seeing our work on the ground.
Oh, that is so cool. I know a
Beautiful,
company, I don't know what they're called in Rwanda. The name of the company is called Babylon Health, but they
Okay.
run the health program in Rwanda. That's
Oh, no
what
way.
they run the National Health Service. So I met them in London, and they were telling me the story of how they were able to bring healthcare to so many people in Rwanda that had never had it before. So
Amazing.
cool.
I'll have to look them up. Yeah, that's
yeah,
great.
I don't know if it's the Rwanda National Health Service or what the name of it is, but the company, it's all basically telehealth, and it's Babylon Health is the name of the company. They also are one of the primary players in the English National Health System, NHS. And they've just come to the US. So now they're starting to come to the US as well. So,
Amazing.
all right. We have one more person that's jumped in. If assuming I'm doing this right, Alaka Treats, is that right? Hello.
Yes,
There we go.
yes. Hi.
Put your camera on. You don't have to do it every day, but you have to do it today.
No, sorry, I'm just getting set up.
Okay, there you go.
Sorry.
All right. All right. And what's your name?
My name is Shafna Shamsuddin, and I am the founder of Ayalaka Treats. I make ice creams.
Fantastic. We got gelato and ice cream, man. I'm going to gain about 50 pounds this time. It's somebody's got to suffer, right? Okay. Well, thank you all for coming. And
I have to do my intro.
I'm sorry?
I have to do my intro.
Okay.
I'm just playing with you.
No, April. I started talking to April before everyone else came, so she's absolutely right. Thank you, and I want all of you to be very assertive with me because you'll see that I respond well to suggestions. Go ahead, April.
Hey, everybody. My name is April Kelly. I am from Greenville, North Carolina, and I am launching an infant formula company in just a couple of months. I started this journey about 3.5 years ago after battling with postpartum depression with my third baby girl and having to switch from nursing to formula feeding. She had an allergic reaction, and that just sent me on a spiral of trying to really do more research into the infant formula industry, what's in infant formula, and figuring out a natural vegan formula on our own after partnering with some food scientists now that we can share with the world. So excited about that. We are currently crowdfunding, so that's exciting as well. And there was one other thing I was going to say, but I think I forgot it. Oh, this is my second time doing the Accelerate rule. So I'm looking forward to being able to absorb and take in more information this go around too. So thanks for having me back, Dennis.
Oh gosh, glad you glad to have you. Someone's sending me a message. You'll see there is so let's spend a second. What we're going to do now is kind of I'm going to give you a little bit of idea of where to find stuff, and also, answer any questions you might have. So what I'm going to do to start off with is just give you an idea of what we're trying to accomplish here and what we're all about. So my name is Dennis Trotz, Tracz, and you have my email address. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm terrible with the phone. I'll never answer the phone, so don't call me. I must tell you that. But anyway, I'm an 8-time startup entrepreneur. I have done a number of companies in technology. I owned a St. Louis Cardinals farm team and ran spring training for the New York Mets and the St. Louis Cardinals. I've had a coffee company. I had a financial consulting business where I worked with large banks around the country. So I've done a lot of different things. I'm the entrepreneur in residence for East Carolina University, and that what I'm supposed to be doing is helping faculty, staff, and students with their business ideas and to be a resource for them. And so this, even though this is not technically part of ECU, we are grant funded by NC IDEA and the U.S. Department of Agriculture and other smaller grants. But we are grant funded, and so you will be able to take this again if you want to, or drop in at various times. This is a resource for you. We're starting to build a community of folks that you can connect with that went through the class previously. We've done over 240 companies since we started, and a lot of these folks have done what you're doing or something similar, so they're a good resource. Whether you're looking for an accountant or a web builder, whatever it is, you'll find we have a Facebook group, a private Facebook group has turned out to be the best way to keep this kind of together. So you all will get invitations to join that. And there's a lot of information that's posted there that you can access also. Let's see, I live in Pink Hill, North Carolina, which is in the eastern part of the state. I'm about 90 miles east of Raleigh, in a little town called Pink Hill. I live with my wife and our little dog and 2 horses and 2 cats and whoever else shows up that on my wife's family farm. I'm a city kid. I'm from DC. I'm Green Acres. Trust me, I don't know a damn thing about it. And my wife looks at me, she goes, "Why don't you go out and weld that fence?" I said, "Why don't you know what I say." So all this kind of stuff I'm not much for, but I try and I care a lot. So that's kind of my background. My wife and I, we have 5 kids between us. 3, she has 3, I have 2. They're all in their 30s, pushing 40 now. And so we're at that stage of life, I guess, a little bit different. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you an idea of how this goes. I'm going to try to share my screen and hopefully it will work. Let's see here. Okay, and hopefully everybody can see my Accelerate Rural page. So this is kind of the place you go for a lot of different things. It's acceleraterural.org is the link. I guess I could post that in the chat. Give that a try. All right. My keyboard keeps telling me that it's disconnected. I don't know what to do about that. But let me try the chat here. I'll post this. Okay. So this says it's just going to Teresa, but I want to do to everybody, everyone. Okay, there we go. So anyway, this location is a helpful place. We have the thing I want to call your attention to. We have a page called Member Resources. Let me open this up so you can see. It's one of the things across the top, the links across the top that you can see. Get this out of the way here. So Member Resources is good to know about and to follow. So the first thing you'll come across is you'll see the calendar, and the calendar is how I try to stay organized. So you can see that tomorrow I have this class at 10 o'clock. And so once I fill this out, once I know who's in the class and what makes sense for you all in terms of content, you'll see it listed out what the class will be, and the time and the link and all that kind of stuff. And if there's any, like if we have a special guest speaker, or if we have a bunch of mentors that are available in some cases, all that kind of stuff will appear on this calendar. If class has been postponed or moved or anything like that, all that kind of stuff is here. And also, we'll send out emails as well. We try to do that. So anyway, just kind of be aware that calendar's there, and that will help you. These links here, these are links with different folks that we have that we might have some kind of discount that you can get if you use it. One of those kinds of things. It's not a real heavy thing that we get involved with, but these are different resources that we have to make available to you. The one that we use a lot, and I don't know how familiar you all are with Techstars. So there are a number of accelerators, and Techstars is, I think, the largest one. See if it comes up. It may not. Doesn't appear to want to come up here. I apologize for that. Not quite sure what's going on with that. But anyway, we have a lot of videos here that are subject specific and will be appropriate for you guys at various stages going through the class. Looks like the link might be broken or something's happened with it, but we'll be using this material. Techstars has given us permission to use their curriculum, which is really a big deal. It's really hard to get in Techstars, and very few companies that are not venture funded ever get the chance. But we'll be able to benefit from a lot of the stuff that they talk about, and I think you'll find it helpful. I'm not sure what's happening here, so I have to look at that later. So we've got the calendar. We have these various resources. Some of you may say, "Hey, I'd like to build an e-commerce website," or "I need to do this or that." You may find some resources here, or reach out to me directly. We have relationships with a number of different people that people in the class have had good experiences with. We try not to, sick somebody on you that's going to be a pain or not work for you. Everyone that we refer, generally, we've had good luck with, and people in the class have used. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Let's see. Basically, each class is roughly 45 minutes. There's no test, no quizzes. This is all on you. You gotta do what you can with it, and I'm happy to help. But it's not a formal teaching type situation like you had in school. The classes are Monday through Thursday, 10 to 10:45-ish roughly. Sometimes they go over. We also record everything onto YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, so you'll be able to let's see if this works. I'm distrustful of everything here. Okay, so you can see like right now, this class, 10:45-ish roughly. Sometimes they go over. We also, so anyway, those recordings, you can grab, if you miss a class, something comes up, you can go there and you can see what was covered. So you don't have to worry about it. If you can't make the class, don't sweat it. You'll be able to get the material in various ways. And we also have on our YouTube channel, we have a number of stories, experiences, things that have gone on in previous classes you might find interesting. So you can kind of look through here. It's another resource for you, I guess, is the way to look at it. So any questions at this point or thoughts?
I have a question.
Hi,
Where
Delphi.
where can we find the curriculum or the topics?
I'm going to put that together. What I do is I wait to see who's in the class so that I can make it, like I don't want to do a farmer show if you guys are not farmers, right? So based on today and who's here and what you're doing, you'll see it all. It'll all basically be laid out on that calendar by day. So you'll be able to see it, but I'll figure out some other way because people ask that all the time, and I haven't really figured out how to best do that, but we'll work on it. You'll know, at a minimum, you'll know what the classes are coming up in the next week or so, and you can see the subjects, and you can also ping me and say, hey, what is this about? Or you can even say, I'd really like to know something about X or Y, and I can get you stuff that's specific to what it is that you're looking for.
Okay, thank you. And just one more thing. If we can't make it to every class, is that a problem? Or are you suggesting we just watch on YouTube afterwards?
Well, I'd like it if you can come to class, but if you miss a class, it's no problem. You'll be able to see it on YouTube. That's really all I'm saying about that. It's really the conversations and in the back and forth, I think help you more than just watching a video, with no other input. But if you do, or you're in a situation where you can't make it, that's what you can do is you can catch up on YouTube.
I had a question, Dennis. Could you remind me, when does the class end again?
It's 10 weeks, so whatever that is.
Okay. And is this class listed on that calendar you just showed us? I didn't see it.
Just tomorrow's class, the only one that's on there.
Okay, got it. And then
and I will be putting I'll put the next couple of weeks on there today, so it'll appear on the calendar and you'll see them.
Okay.
The topics and so forth.
Okay. And is there a way that we could, I guess, swap contact information so we could network and connect outside of the class and support each other?
Two ways you can do that. One, you can post it in the chat. That's helpful. Or we're going to invite everyone to the Facebook group, which is a private group. So you can share there, and you'll see lots of other people there that you can reach out to.
Okay.
Anyone else have any questions? Okay.
I have one last comment, Dennis. I was just going to share more about the NCID. I did drop the link in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you.
That's a really good one. That's the one that Dennis mentioned when he was talking at, you said they sponsor you or you received a grant, Dennis, right?
We received what's called a entrepreneurial ecosystem grant, which is different than like what you've applied for. It's really intended for universities and organizations like ours. So we're one of their ecosystem partners.
Okay.
NCID.
And I was just going to add, anybody that is looking or seeking out funding, that's a really good one to go for. I did the micro, which is the 10K grant, and receive that. And it comes along with almost like an accelerator. And so they meet weekly and kind of help you with the business, and you get to meet with different mentors. And then they also have a seed grant, but that one's for if you have, traction. And they typically like for you to apply for the micro first before applying for the seed, but both of them are really good grants, and it's open. The application is open right now until January 30th, if I'm not mistaken.
It actually opens on January 30th
It
to
opens on
February
January
27th.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you.
They're really helpful, and they really want to help small businesses get going. So I thank you for bringing it up, April. It's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I think that's all I have. I will work on getting the at least the first month or so's curriculum up there so you guys can see what's going on and plan accordingly. One of the things that we do, April probably remember this, we do have guest speakers come in, and so again, I don't start inviting people until I see who's in the class, but I try to get people that will be helpful to you and appropriate. So that part I haven't started on yet. As far as inviting people, we have some regulars that come every time that are real good. We have a great packaging guy. I think he's one of the best in the country. Andy Kurtz is his name. We have a person who is one of the top consumer product goods mergers and acquisition guy. He's the person that bought Burt's Bees for Clorox. That was his job. So he's a great guy, and he loves this program. So he'll definitely be one of the guest speakers. So we have a number of those kind of folks that will be added to the schedule as well as we go. And if you guys have somebody that you work with or you think would be of interest to the group, please don't hesitate to suggest. And I'm not bashful about reaching out to people and seeing if they're interested in participating. It's I find that there's people like to help you all. That's been my experience. I don't know, April, if you have found that in your efforts, but in general, there's a lot of support for entrepreneurial businesses and startup type things, and what you all are doing, I think, is going to get some good attention. Okay,
Dennis
just looking through the chat.
It's Sarah again. Is there like an ideal stage of company that's part of this program, or is it all different stages in terms of growth and, how many years in business and how much we're selling?
Great question. It really is across the board, although it's rare that we have a big, well-established company that isn't normally participating in something like this. So in general, it's going to be more toward the earlier curve, people who are relatively new, not necessarily a startup. It might be a pivot. It might be somebody who wants to pivot into something else. But generally speaking, it's more toward the early stages rather than the later stages. All right. Well, that's all I have for today. Tomorrow we're going to start off with what I find a very inspiring talk by Simon Sinek about what is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? And you all are doing a lot. So I think you'll find it helpful, and we'll watch that. And it's probably about a half hour or so, maybe less, and we'll talk about it. And that'll be tomorrow's class. And then in the meantime, I'll get busy and figure out what to do when. Post it on the calendar. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming today, and appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice meeting
Bye.
all.
Thank you, Dennis.
Good one.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.